It is Wednesday, my dudes, or at least it was just Wednesday not very long ago, and time for an old man yapping. I've been thinking about something the last couple of days that I have just never really thought about, and it occurred to me that maybe I should think about it. There's this thing we say to people every so often. We say, "You don't know what you're doing." And there are three completely different things we can mean by that. We say the same thing, but we don't mean the same thing. When we say, "You don't know what you're doing," typically what we mean is you don't know how to do the thing that you're trying to do. The thing you're trying to do, you're doing it wrong. You don't know how to do it. You're fumbling your way through a process that you do not understand. But another thing is that sometimes when somebody doesn't know what they're doing, what we actually mean is that they don't realize what they are currently doing is not the thing they want to do. They think what they are doing right now is something else. Like if somebody's standing on the thing they're cutting off, they don't know what they're doing. You shouldn't stand on the thing that is being cut off of the main structure. That's not where you want to stand. But I think even more insidious, at least that person knows they're cutting something off of the main structure. They may not know the full implications and consequences of what they're doing, but they know the end goal of what they're doing, which is to cut this piece off of the structure. And they're going to get that done effectively, in all likelihood. They may not like the the results of having that done, but it'll get done. And then you have the third thing, which is you see people flailing around doing something, but they don't know the point of it. They don't seem to understand where they're going with it, what the actual final result is supposed to be. And I see this especially in programmers who will be trying to fix a bug, and they don't seem to understand what the actual bug is. They may know that that the user is saying, "Oh, when I do this, the program crashes." So they fix it so the program doesn't crash. And instead of crashing, the program generates an error and returns them back to the original state of the system. It's like like it shuts down and reboots. It says, "Oh, fucked up. Got to throw all your work away." The bug isn't that the program crashed and they didn't want the program to crash. The problem is that they lost all their work. And you may sit there and throw up your hands and go, "Well, it's fucked up. We can't save their work. The work is lost." That may be true, but they don't want the program to announce that your work is lost and keep running. They want the program not to lose the work. And it's mind-blowing how frequently you'll see a bug fix just thoroughly miss the point of what it's supposed to be doing. And one of the reasons I'm thinking about this is that I'm realizing more and more as I dig into the Godot documentation. And they're talking about what goes in scenes and what you handle with signals and what you do with the physics engine and what you do in the main process and what you do in the physics process. I'm looking at all of this and I'm realizing I don't understand why you do things this way. And it's not being explained effectively. And I'm kind of frustrated by that, because if you're going to tell me you have to do it like this, well, I don't just want to know how to do things the way you do them. I want to know why they're done that way, so I understand what the purpose of that is. There were kind of... This is something that I've talked about, mostly with regard to art, where in order to do anything successfully, you must first of all know what needs to be done. Then you must know how to do the thing that needs to be done. And finally, you must know why that thing needs to be done. If you don't have all three of those pieces, you're not going to do a very good job. And what I'm finding with the documentation and support available for Godot is they're telling me what needs to be done and they're telling me how to do it, but they're not telling me why. So they're not preparing me to do a good job. And I kind of feel like they're supposed to prepare me to do a good job. But they're not. And that's frustrating. And I don't want to go yelling at them and complaining and saying, oh, you guys have done a bad job, because I haven't done a bad job. They've done a lot of work. They've put a lot of stuff together. But I don't feel like I'm getting from the documentation what I need to be getting from the documentation. And that's very frustrating, because I'm trying to build this game, and I know how to build games. I've built games before. But now I'm trying to build a game in this particular engine, and this engine is going, well, here's how we do things over here. Why? Why do we do them this way? So what problem is this supposed to solve or prevent? Like, what is the reason for putting everything in a scene? And I understand you put things in scenes, and I understand that a scene is really just like, it's a portion of the class tree that's been sectioned off so you can move it around. But I feel like there are important pieces of the why that are being left out. And I see that a lot when people are trying to teach stuff. They don't really tell you why you should do things this way instead of another way. They don't cover the alternatives. And I understand that that can be confusing and that can be difficult. And if you're trying to teach somebody who doesn't know the first thing about what they're doing, then it's just confusing if you add all of this stuff in. You could do this 4 different ways. But, but we're going to do it this way. God. I am so tired of being sick. I'm sick of being sick. I am sick and tired of being sick and tired. I am sick and tired of being told that I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. That ordinary, decent people are sick and tired of being told that ordinary, decent people are sick and tired of being sick and tired. I, for one, certainly am not, and I'm sick and tired of being told that ordinary, decent people. There are no ordinary, decent people. Decent people aren't ordinary, and ordinary people aren't decent. I'm not even really thinking straight right now. It's the middle of the goddamn night, and I've been reading documentation most of the day. And I'm still kind of sick, so I'm not at my best at the moment. It's one of the reasons that the video's late coming out, because I was just like organizing my thoughts, and they're not very well organized. But I'm sitting here and I'm feeling like I don't even know what the end goal is that we're trying to get to with it. They say, this is the way we do stuff in Godot. Well, what are we trying to accomplish by doing things this way? What is the purpose of this? Why are we doing this? And I don't feel like that's being explained, and I don't know if the people talking about it are I wonder how much of it is just dogmatic, is just the community parroting what they've been told and not actually knowing why they do it. And then you kind of have to question, if you don't know why you're doing it, are you sure you know how to do it properly? I mean, are you sure you're in a position to teach this if you don't understand why we do it that way? And I don't know. It's really annoying, but I will say this much: it's infinitely less annoying than the Unity engine. The community over there is just like, oh, it's true believers left and right. God. Anyway, that's my yapping for the week. I'm tired. I'm gonna go ahead and jump off here. I don't know if anything I said makes any sense. I don't know if anybody cares, but yeah, that's the thing. We say you don't know what you're doing, and that means three different things, and I'm kind of looking at a lot of stuff, and I'm going, well, clearly I don't know what I'm doing, but which of those three things do I mean when I say I don't know what I'm doing? And I came into this going, I don't know how to build a meaningful and reasonable system architecture under Godot. And now I'm like, I don't understand the architecture they're telling me how to build. And I'm not sure it's reasonable and meaningful. And a large part of that is because nobody is explaining why it's done that way. Which may just be me. I may be looking in the wrong places. It's the other thing about this. Is like, I'm watching people that are every bit as smart as I am and every bit as capable as I am that are explaining this stuff, and they just don't bother explaining a whole bunch of stuff over here. And I'm like, am I expected to just already know this? Like, am I starting in the middle? Am I auditing a graduate level class and going, I don't understand this simply because I haven't done the prerequisites? I don't know. I mean, the difficult part of not knowing what you're doing is because you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what you're doing wrong. And I'm just, I don't understand why things are built this way and why people are just kind of dogmatically saying, put it in a scene. No, you don't need object pooling. Object pooling will make it faster. No, you don't need it. How do you know I don't need it? You don't know the system requirements of my game. You don't know anything about my game. How do you know I don't need object pooling? I don't know. It's very frustrating seeing people just make huge assumptions about the kind of game you're making under Godot. And I mean, God, I was talking about, here's the question I'm asking about whether the player object should handle this or the object itself should handle this. And the number of people that had a comment in response to this that just presumed I was making a 3D first-person shooter with multiplayer features. That's not the only kind of game, guys. I'm tired. I'm frustrated. I've been reading documentation and reference all day, and I've been trying to write code, and I've been trying to read other people's code, and I'm just really frustrated right now. So I'm not doing the greatest job of explaining what I've been thinking about and why I've been thinking it. I'm just kind of fried, and I'm gonna go off and take a break because I think I need one. Anyway, that's my yapping for the week. Do the little YouTube dance, like, comment, subscribe, all that happy horse shit. And I'll be back the wee hours of Sunday morning for showing up. And well, that's all I have to say about that. So, okay, bye.